afternoon, everyone. My name is Venkatesh from Grocurv. I have great pleasure today in welcoming Venkatesh from Makerdemy. Venkatesh is going to talk about how you can grow your brand and business using Amazon Alexa. An extremely interesting opportunity. This is comparable to how apps were coming into our lives many years ago. This is the age of voice apps. It's cutting edge. It's very new. And Venky, over to you. Thank you for joining us today, and enjoy yourself.
Create these skills. So that is my connection with Alexa. So I'm based out of Chennai. Okay, so without further ado, we will start. Okay, this is slideshow. Okay, all right. So welcome to how to grow your brand using Amazon Alexa. Just a moment. Okay, so over the last 20 years, we have witnessed two huge technological tsunamis. Okay, the internet and the mobile phone. So I would call the decade 2000 to 2009 the internet decade, and from 2010 to 2019 the mobile decade. And now we have a third tsunami, which is even bigger. That's already here, according to me, right? And that is the voice AI. Now let us see how things have fundamentally shifted. The first browser. So I'll take a few minutes to take you through this three waves of technological change so that we can appreciate where we are currently. Okay, it's actually pretty interesting. So the first browser, so just to put things in perspective, if this webinar had happened in 2000, it would have been called how to market and grow your business using Google. Correct? It looks very obvious now because we have Google AdWords, right? But remember, only in the year 2000, Google AdWords came into being. Okay, the digital marketing as you know it using Google Ads started only in 2000. Facebook came much later, Instagram even later. Okay, or say for example, if you had this webinar in 2010, it would have been called how to grow your business using a mobile app. You know, Instagram, Uber, entire business are built around mobile. Without the Play Store and App Store, where would these businesses be? Correct? Now we are having a third bigger change. It is the voice. And as you can see, the way we were interacting with these technologies is changing, and it's getting easier and easier. In the internet era, we were using keyboard and mouse. And then in the mobile era, we were using our fingers, right? And now we are using our voice. It can't get any easier than this. The second thing is these big technological tsunamis are creating new winners and new losers. The dominant tech companies of the internet era, for example, they completely missed the mobile wave. Right? Intel missed the mobile wave, even Microsoft. In fact, internet era itself was ushered in by Netscape, the first browser, right, who came out of nowhere. Apple was not in the business of making phones. In 2007, they came up with the smartphone as you know it today. And the smart speaker, the most prevalent way to distribute voice AI, was invented by Amazon and commercialized in the form of Echo, right? Again, an outsider. So what we're seeing is that these waves are driven by newer and newer people, and incumbents does not necessarily have an advantage. And companies who embrace this change grow and prosper, while people who resist or ignore these changes are taken out of the game. So I live in Chennai. There are a lot of call taxis back then in Chennai, fast car, this car, that car, NTL taxi, so on and so forth. And suddenly there's a smartphone coming along, and then there's a mobile app and gone. Their business is gone. Correct? So we are in a similar kind of environment, and the third wave is even bigger. If anything, it's going to dwarf the mobile wave significantly. So what we've seen is that we've got three waves: internet, mobile, and voice. the waves are getting bigger and bigger. The interaction is getting easier and easier. And now, not only is it getting bigger and bigger, but it's also getting faster and faster. Let me explain. So this graph gives the the number of years it takes for 50% of households to adopt new technologies in the US after commercial introduction. As you can see, this line is the internet. And the smartphone era is amazing, right? We have never seen anything quite like it, right? Till we came to smart speakers, right? In 2007, the first smartphone was introduced. Now just about every man and dog has a smartphone. Amazing penetration, global penetration, right? And in the US, this chart is primarily for US. In the US, the smart speaker adoption rate is even faster than mobile. Unbelievable. So the Echo was introduced in 2015, the smart speaker as you know it. There are around 130 million households in the US. The installed capacity of smart speakers, both Echo and Google devices and other small brands, all put together is close to 90 million already, right? And the growth rate is pretty fast. So it's growing really, really fast. So we are having a much bigger wave that is coming at us even faster than the smartphone wave, right? So this is the context, correct? Now you may ask, how do I know that this is all not some random hype, right? I mean, generally everybody keeps on talking about deep learning, this, that, so on. Is it another thing like that? So here is a case study. When the voice AI technology is embraced correctly, how good can it get? Headspace is a successful mobile app company. So they were distributing meditation packs, sleep packs, so on and so forth, via their mobile app, which is subscription based. So you can subscribe to their packages via a mobile phone app. And then you will get nice music, soothing music, or even white noise for to enable you to sleep better, to de-stress, to meditate, so on and so forth. In 2018, they worked with an agency called Rain in the UK. Headspace is also a UK company. And remember, this is a very successful mobile app company. And they came up with an Alexa skill, okay, which in 2 months got them as many active users as it took their mobile app 40 months to get. So this is extraordinary, okay? This is not some 2-bit mobile app company. This is actually a proper, solid, well-known mobile app business, okay? And you can see when it's properly implemented, the voice strategy can be amazing. So this is the first part of the presentation. Now we know that there's a big wave coming, and if we do it well, there's a lot of money for all of us. And why is this presentation about Alexa? If you look at the smart speaker market, the smart speaker as we know it was invented and commercialized by Amazon. Now Google and other brands are already in the game, but pretty much the market is installed. If you look at the installed capacity, 83 to 84% of it is just between Amazon and Google. Okay, Amazon is a leader of the pack, and it's very, very customer centric, very developer friendly, so on and so forth. So if you're going to get into voice AI game, you're better off siding with Amazon or Google, and you can't, no point in going with anybody else. For example, Apple and Google Assistant were already there before Amazon Alexa was there. Okay, the voice assistants were there, just the smart speaker was not there. Okay, Amazon came from behind and won the market. Okay, so when we normally, right, if you see that you've seen the TV ads about it talks about Echo, you would find that Alexa, dim the light, Alexa, tell a Rajinikanth joke, so on and so forth. So this is because they were distributing that voice AI via the smart speaker. Okay, so the messaging sort of ties the technology, voice technology, to the speaker. But Alexa is a virtual voice assistant platform commercialized by Amazon, and it can be accessed in multiple ways. Okay, one is a smart speaker, Other is the built-in car assist, virtual assistant for cars. Right, a lot of cars are now having voice assistants because when you're driving using both hands, voice tends to be the most natural way for you to do things. And the third one, surprisingly, is a smartphone. So you actually have an Alexa app on your smartphone, both for Android and Apple. You can download, and it will do exactly the same thing that the smart speaker does. Okay, so basically, if you're building any kind of a voice app, your customer or your audience need not necessarily have a smart speaker to access your application. They just need to have a smartphone, which everybody has. They just need to download Alexa, which is for free, and then they need to enable your skill. Okay, it's as simple as that. The only difference is that when you have a smart speaker, it is not only a smart speaker, but it's also a smart microphone, meaning that it could listen to your voice across the room, dampen out the ambient noise, exactly understand what you are saying, and interact with you, which your cheap microphone and speakers on a mobile phone may not do. But in terms of functionality, it's the same. So we got three prominent ways of interacting with the voice AI: smart speakers, automobiles, and smartphone. And just to throw some numbers, last year in the US, 2.5 billion searches were done using voice. Right? So normally, how do we search? We go to Google and then type out something, and what is this, what is that, so on. Now, as you are aware, you can actually use voice to search. 2.5 billion is the number of voice searches, okay, last year in the US alone, and it's growing very fast. So, so this is the most important slide for the day. I want to understand this. Okay, when you see those ads for Alexa on TV, which is primarily for Echo, we keep hearing Alexa, dim the lights, play this movie song, so on and so forth. Then you think that that's all Alexa can do. Okay, so Alexa is both a technology and a platform. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. If you buy an Apple phone, iPhone, it comes with iCal, camera, whatever it is, so on and so forth. So these are the built-in applications that are coming with the phone. Likewise, the Rajinikanth joke, dim the light, all those things are all what we call as a built-in skills that are coming with the Alexa technology. Okay, but same token, you could download a Uber app, you could download a Swiggy app on your iPhone. Correct? These are the third-party apps that can be distributed, that can be downloaded via the App Store or the Play Store on Android. And entire businesses are built through this. Okay, and so that is where today's discussion is going to be. So Alexa is also a platform, and you can create your third-party application the way Uber created their app, or Swiggy or Zomato created their app, mobile app. You can create your voice app. There you have a Play Store or App Store. This one is called a skill store. What is Alexa Skill? Alexa Skill is just a fancy branded name for voice applications built on Alexa platform. It is a voice app for Alexa. It's called Alexa Skill, just a branded terminology. Google calls it Actions. So what is Google Action? Google Action is simply a voice application on Google Assistant platform. Mobile apps, Alexa Skills, Google Actions, all are same applications. The first one is on mobile, the other two are on voices. Skills is sitting on Alexa platform. Actions is sitting on Google platform. Okay. Now, as you're aware, Instagram, when it started, was only a mobile-only thing. Uber, mobile-only, correct? So these are businesses unrelated to Apple or Google, using the Play Store and App Store to build an entire business. Okay, so we got a similar platform on voice, both on Amazon Alexa and Google Actions. Skill store, action store, whatever it is, you could put your third party, your own app there, and your customers can download. How does it work? How do you download a mobile app? Right? You download it and then you click on the app to open the app. So here we are talking about voice. So what do? You go to if you are having your own voice app called say XYZ Alexa skill, your customer would enable that skill instead of downloading the terminologies. Enable the skill, and then they will say Alexa open XYZ skill, and then they start interacting with it. They don't have to pay any money. You don't have to pay any money to put your skill on the platform. Okay, till this point, you don't have to spend any money. You don't have to give anything to Amazon, and the customer also does not have to give anything to Amazon. Right. So this is the opportunity. Discovery and distribution. Right. Think of WhatsApp back in the day. Right. Can you hear me? Okay. So yeah. Okay. So back in the day, early days of WhatsApp, I had come to India from Singapore, and I had a lot of friends interacting with them via SMS, international SMS costing money, and I didn't want to spend money. So one of them told, Venky, there is this thing called WhatsApp. It's an app you download, and then you could exchange messages to whoever you want in the world without any money. I said, wow, such a thing exists. This before WhatsApp was bought by Facebook and all that. So the platform allowed the discovery of these apps. So if you've got a very good voice application, that is a voice Alexa skill, on the skill store, correct? You can tag them, this category, that category, so on. Someone is going to discover this and they're going to tell their friends, right? So suddenly you're getting new customers throughout the world, which you could have otherwise not got. So the platform is global. Basically, you can put your stuff on the entire Amazon global platform or Google global platform. So that is for discovery. Today, everybody has discovered WhatsApp. There is no discovery. It's just distribution. You buy a new phone, I download WhatsApp, correct? Over a period of time, when your Alexa skill gets known, easier way for it to, you don't have to spend any money. The guy will pull your application or skill down to his phone or a speaker or whatever. Okay, so think of this as platforms. Okay, the Amazon platform and Google platform that you can leverage and reach out to your own customers and a whole host of other guys and girls whom you would have no other way of reaching them. You would get discovered, right? So you'll be able to put yourself in the danger of getting discovered by potential customers. So that is it. So this completes the second part. What can we do, right? We build a like a mobile app. So for example, what do you do if you want to build a mobile app? I have this gym, okay, a small gym, and they have their own mobile app for 1,000 people, right? They have 1,000 customers. They have a mobile app for them that can be downloaded via Android or Apple, and then the customers can engage with them. Likewise, you can have it. Now we come to the third part. What's the big deal about voice? If you think about it, voice, while it looks like the third new wave, it's actually the oldest new interface. From prehistoric times, from the caveman times, we have been using voice to interface or interact with the world. Voice is the most natural way to input or ask anything to the universe. Now, how you may take in that information could be different. Maybe sometimes screen is the best way, sometimes print, sometimes voice, correct? But the most natural way to ask or input anything is the voice. Just like ordering. The most natural way for humans to interact or ask anything to the universe, which is what we'll be Alexa play. All right. By the way, now the smart speakers are not just speakers. The Amazon Echo is a speaker. Amazon Show is a speaker with a screen, it's a touch screen. Okay, so you could give a command via voice. Your customer can give command via voice, and your skill or application can output or get back to the customers via both voice and screen if need be. Either or both, right? So it's getting very interesting. Now, let's take some examples. What do you mean by third-party skills? What can a third-party skill do? What skill do, right? Now, we are again in the early stages of this. Back in the day in 2010, if anybody had iPhone back then, the initial apps are all very trivial. They couldn't accomplish much, right? Far cry from the kind of apps that we have today. Anyway, so the three things at the moment people are, the early adopters are using the voice apps to add value to their customers. One is entertain, or educate, or enable. What do I mean by that? Just a moment. So let me play some actual recording of a skill so that you can get what I mean. Just a second.
Use Bow from Zero enabled. Do you want to open it?
Yes. बड़ी देर में याद आई हमारी, हैं? देर से ही सही, याद तो आई।
चलो बउआ, एक शायरी हो जाए।
इश्क हमारा कोहिनूर और वफा ताज। ध्यान से सुनिएगा। इश्क हमारा कोहिनूर और वफा ताज, हमारे प्यार की ये छोटी सी पहचान।
क्या बात है, एक और पेश कीजिए।
फिराक गोरखपुरी साहब ने कहा था, आए थे हंसते खेलते मैखाने में फिराक, जब पी चुके शराब तो संजीदा हो गए।
Okay, so that is from an Alexa skill called made for Zero, the movie called Zero. I haven't seen that movie though. Shah Rukh Khan movie. What we're hearing was actual Shah Rukh Khan's voice.
Okay. Venky, your voice is very clear
hello.
now. Could you be a little louder, please?
Yeah, you want me to speak louder?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the voice you just heard was Shah Rukh Khan's voice. Okay, not the classic stock Alexa voice. What this means is that when you create your own third-party skill, you can have voice actors acting, and you can give a different voice personality for your brand, right? So what in this case, what they did was the producer of the movie was actually took Shah Rukh Khan to a recording studio, recorded his voice, and put that Alexa skill. So whenever you open the skill, you can ask for Shah Rukh Khan, he will quote a shairi or crack a joke or so on. And people are getting mighty thrilled because Shah Rukh Khan himself was talking to them in the drawing room, correct? So this is one example of entertain. Educate. Okay, so how can Alexa skill be used to educate? So now very simple. I'm taking the Alexa skill called Magoosh. Magoosh is a test prep company. They prepare people for GRE, GMAT, and so on. And obviously, word list is a big part of these. So let's listen to the Magoosh app. How does it sound? Alexa skill. Alexa, open Magoosh.
Okay. Welcome to Magoosh. Ask you for questions to test your vocabulary. You will earn a point for each correct answer. You are currently at the advanced level with 23 points. Here is your first question. Which of the following is a synonym of avarice, pride, average, stinginess?
Stinginess.
That's correct. Avarice means stinginess. You have earned 1 point this round.
So as you can see, Magoosh has created this Alexa skill wherein Magoosh clients or potential clients can daily learn some 5 or 6 new words in English, right? Using Alexa.
Venky, your voice is gone much softer now.
Voice is again low.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, I think. Any better now?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Okay. So the thing is, that's an example of how Alexa skills can be used to educate a customer or audience. Third is enable. Okay, you have to enable them to do something, right? That's what the Headspace app had done. So that increasingly people are getting.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'll ask you to speak louder, please.
Okay. Okay. Any better now?
Much better. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes.
Much better, right? Okay, thank you so much. It may, please let me know if it comes across as if I'm shouting. Okay, I'm not shouting though. Okay, so in the headspace, what happened was the customers were increasingly getting tired of interacting with screens. Okay, so the Headspace app, how did it enable them? They could just ask the Alexa skill, Headspace Alexa skill, to come out with some nice music to put them to sleep. Okay, different music for different days, meditation music, and so on and so forth. So in this case, it is actually performing a useful stuff. Let me play some example of a dummy skill we have created for one of our Grocurv's customers. Arpita, if you are here, then thank you very much. A company called SoPro.
Alexa, open SoPro beta.
Hello, welcome to SoPro. Would you like a health tip?
Yes.
Here is your tip. Beyond just muscle, strength, and leanness, whey protein may provide numerous other health benefits. This includes lowering blood pressure, blood sugar, and reducing symptoms of stress and depression. Would you like to know which is the right kind of protein for you?
Yes.
Tell me which one of the following category you belong to. Diabetic, pregnant women, sports person, overweight or underweight.
I am a sports person.
For sports person, the best way to take protein is by consuming SoPro Athlete. Would you like to know why SoPro Athlete is the right choice for you? If yes, then just ask me, why?
Why?
This is the ideal protein for you as its primary source is whey isolate. Whey is a quick absorbing and completely digestible protein and is the best post-workout drink for lean muscle mass. Now that you know why SoPro Athlete is the right choice for you, would you like to order 1 kg of SoPro Athlete at Rs 1,400?
Okay. So as you can see, it's a prototype we had created, but roughly this is what it does.
Venky, sorry again. The Alexa voice is very clear, but your voice is not. You'll just have to come closer to the microphone, I think.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay. So this is the loudest I can speak. Is it any better?
Yes, better.
Okay, so what we have done with the SoPro voice skill is this. To start with, the skill asks the user whether he or she wants a health tip. And then the skill gives a health tip. I mean, there are 10 or 15 health skills we have entered. So every day a different health tip will be provided. And then Alexa asks, would you like to know what's the right protein for you? Right? So straight away we are programming the customer. We are telling that, hey, look, there are different kinds of proteins for different kinds of people. It's not one size fit all. Right? And then you ask, which type do you belong to? Right? And then for the right type, it prescribes the right type of SoPro protein. Not only that, then it asks, would you like to know why this is the right protein for you? And when the user says yes, it gives the reasons. And now tells, now that you know this is the right protein for you, would you like to order it for 1 kilogram for 1,500 or whatever? So slowly, it's moving the customer from, it's educating the customer as to, or the user as to, need for a different kind of protein for different kind of people in the first place, correct? And then suggesting the right kind of protein and giving reasons as to why that's the right kind. And finally, even asking them to whether they would be interested in placing an order. Okay, this is a very simplistic one, but I think you get the drift, the kind of potential that's there, right? How you can educate the customer, get them to discover about the different products and so on. And finally, on their own, they would come and buy your product. Yeah. Some of the examples Alexa. Now, how do you brand through your voice? branding through voice. Now that you know that building an Alexa skill and putting it on the skill store would be useful for your business. Let's see what are the boxes we need to check for your branding to be effective. The first thing that you need to remember is Alexa skills are quite unlike other marketing channels. What do you mean by that? Typically, when you try to market as marketers or business owners, oftentimes we end up interrupting our customers when they are doing something. Generally, we end up irritating them because we are trying to push our marketing stuff onto them. In the case of Alexa, even if your Alexa skill is on the skill store, every single time the user has to initiate the conversation. What do you mean by that? That means marketing through Alexa is a pull strategy. The user wants to pull your content. Therefore, the user opens your Alexa skill on the skill store and wants to engage. It's as if they are inviting your brand to their living room to have a conversation. So how cool is that? Right? Because it's user initiated, engagement is actually a high quality conversation and engagement is actually welcome. They have time. That's why they are opening the app and interacting with your skill. Correct? So through Alexa, you can interact with your audience or customers or potential customers when they are ready and when they are interested. So that's a huge thing. Okay. So a well-crafted Alexa skill can win you numerous customers. So we'll be mindful of that. The conversation is every single time user initiated. Secondly, the voice AI is not simply text to speech. Okay. As I showed in the earlier example where Shah Rukh Khan's voice was on the skill, you could get voice actors to represent your brand via your skill. The voice can be made to sound gentle, confident, caring, sympathetic. The entire Navarasa can be brought up. So what we call as rich emotions. So it adds an extra layer, sophisticated layer to the interaction. It's not just something they see on the screen. Oftentimes when you see an email or a chat bot and stuff like that, right? The brand personality doesn't come through. In this case, by carefully crafting the tone of the voice, you can get closer to your customer. You could win their trust. Your brand can be made to sound confident or authoritative or playful, whatever you want it to be. Yeah, that's really cool. If done well, how would it sound like? Have you ever thought about how your business would grow if you had your best salesperson talking to all your 1,000 customers at the same time? Amazing, right? That's what Alexa can do because it scales infinitely. Your skill at the same time can be used to converse with 1,000 or even 10,000 people all at the same time. And you can deliver content, customized content dynamically. What I mean by that is that all the 1,000 conversations would be very different from one another. Highly customized for the audience, right? Like what a good salesperson would do. Correct? So all this is possible through your brand. All this is possible through Alexa skills if you are branding correctly. Just as an aside, some time back there was a survey between how Alexa sounds and Siri sounds. What most users felt was that Siri sounded intelligent but cunning, right? Alexa sounded caring. Alexa's voice, right? The stock voice. So what this means is that people are forming opinions about the brand behind the voice by the way through the tone of the voice, through the tonality, right? So all this gives us options to win the trust. Finally, you can create custom voice assets, right? And then you brand so that whenever they hear a particular voice, they would know that it's your brand. That's right. You don't necessarily have to use the stock voices provided by Alexa. Alexa itself provides a range of voices: male, female, middle-aged, teenager, blah blah blah. People speaking with English accent, people speaking with American accent, and so on. And these are good. They invest a lot of money to create these, but you can have your own voice actors, and then you could invest and grow your custom voice assets if you have any long-term plans, so that whenever the audience hears that voice, they know that hey, it belongs to this brand. That'd be really powerful. Next, designing for voice. So, what are some of the things we need to be mindful of when you're creating a skill? Firstly, your skill has to be useful. What do I mean by that? Right now, there are over 3 million apps on the Play Store and App Store. How many of these are really used regularly by the users? Not many, right? Because there is no real use for these apps from the perspective of the user. Therefore, no point in having an Alexa skill to promote your brand if it's not going to do anything useful for the users. Skill has to be useful. Secondly, it's not enough to be useful if it's difficult to use. So it's got to be usable. It should be very easy to use. Have you ever wondered when you have nice long conversations with your friends, time seems to pass very quickly. Before you know, an hour are gone. Why is that? Because the conversation flows naturally. Correct? Likewise, you need to craft Alexa skills. The conversations have to be really natural and nice and smooth. And if you could do that, then there's a greater chance of your skill being a hit. Finally, it's not enough for your skill to be just useful and usable. They also have to be engaging. The interactions can be witty. You can have some positive surprises. All that built in. So that, hey, what's something interesting that this Alexa skill is going to deliver for me? And you can keep them guessing in a positive way. All that is possible. If you can do all that, people keep coming back again and again for this skill. Now let's see how we can make, directly we can make money through Alexa. In the first case, as you've seen, we can entertain, educate, or be useful, and win their trust, grow the brand awareness, take them on a customer awareness journey, and then eventually convert. But these are a couple of direct ways in which you could do that as well. First is voice commerce. What do you mean by voice commerce? Voice commerce is e-commerce done through voice. For example, you could search for a particular book on Amazon and have it delivered to your home, and payment charged to your credit card just by using voice commands. Alexa, I want this book. It will be book delivered to my home via Prime shipping. Right? Once account is linked, all this is possible. So in this case, the actual commerce is still e-commerce. Just that instead of typing on the keyboard, you are using your voice to place the order. Right? You could hail an Uber through your voice. Hey, Uber, book me a cab. Blah blah blah. Right? All this is called voice commerce. And as the sophistication of the platform increases, increasingly we will see people moving to voice commerce instead of typing on the keyboard or even tapping on the mobile phone. The second is what we call as in-skill purchasing. This is not yet available in India. It's already there in the US for the last 1 year or so. It will very soon come to India. What this means is that you could actually sell digital stuff via your Alexa skills. Let me explain. Way back in 2008 or 9 or 10, right, with the initial Angry Birds apps used to come, there used to be a character called Mighty Eagle that can be only used within the game. And that would apparently unlock some features or make killing the pigs easier or something like that. And for that, If you want the Mighty Eagle, you have to pay real dollars. So actually, there's a commercial transaction happening for a digital good that has value only within the scope of the game. Likewise, for example, if you are an education company, have an Alexa skill that teaches people English, daily 5 words, 5 new words or something like that. And if the GRE exam is approaching fast, that the guy may want to probably revise hundreds of words a day. You tell, okay, the five words is free version. If you want 100 words a day, then you pay. You can pay and unlock those things. Okay, those things are already in Alexa, just that they cannot access it without paying you money. It's called in-skill purchasing. Actually, physical cash transactions happening via the skill. Correct? That's going to come to India very soon, so you'll be able to do that. For example, if you are having Alexa-based yoga lessons, you can have basic lessons for free. And if they like that and they want more, they have to pay. They have to unlock by paying money. Okay, so this is cool. So these things will make sure that whatever money you are investing in your skill, you would see decent ROI. Now let's come to Alexa in India. Alexa is betting big on India, so much so that we have now Alexa voices in English. You could write a skill that converses with users in English, American or Indian, English, right? Half Hindi, half English, and Hindi. So, which one would you use where? This all depends on your user base. You are selling some very traditional products to rural or semi-urban. Right? You may use Hindi. You are selling something to the modern crowd. Every crowd, you can use English. And English can be for the corporate crowd or so on. Right? It all depends on what your audience segment is comfortable with. So this is an extraordinary level of customization that Amazon has brought to India. You can use this. Now you know that having the skill out there on the skill store for your users to play with can be beneficial to you. The next question may be, where can I go to get a skill made? So who will do this for me? Little bit trickier. First of all, we are in the early stage of sophisticated skill development globally. The US is ahead of us. India is a bit behind. First of all, you need somebody who understands the business. Right? The entrepreneur would be the person who knows his business best, his target audience best. But you need someone who understands your business when you talk about your business, who you can get to understand your business. And this person should also be able to understand the full range of Alexa's capabilities, what Alexa can do for you. Right? So understands what you offer to your customers. On the other hand, what Alexa can do, and then come up with that design of a skill. This is what your skill should do for you. This is how the interaction should be. This is how the conversation design should be. Everything. So this way, you can think of this person as an architect. So he draws up the specs and give it to somebody, a developer who can build a skill. So this developer is like a civil engineer. The architect gives him the designs and then he builds. Correct? And then, more often than not, he is not a business person. Got it? So now we have a lot of people who can build skills, but they don't have any business context. Therefore, a lot of the skills are not really of the quality that audience want to use over and over again. So we need a good a fusion of business aspects, domain aspects, and actual skill building. If you could do that, then you would have a potential hit. You don't find too many people who can do all three things, but you may look for people who check the boxes 1 and 2, And then once you have the design, you can go and give it to a developer. There are also few agencies who can do all three, who claim that they can do all three things for you. You can check them out. How much would these things cost? The answer is it depends and it varies. So we have three mobile apps. The first one is a app by my local gym. We have some 1,000 customers, clients. Okay, it's a very basic app. The middle one is a bus route app for Singapore. So the audience for this would be entire Singapore population who doesn't travel by or who travels by bus. If you're in Singapore and you're traveling by car only or MRT only, you may not need this. So there's maybe a few million people using this app, but maybe a little bit sophisticated than the first one. The last is Uber, used by hundreds of millions of people all over the world, all at the same time. So the complexity is staggering, right? So you have all these three things are still called mobile apps. But how much it would cost to build these things varies. In fact, of 1,000 probably. Right? Likewise, one the very basic version of Alexa still probably could do it for 1 lakh or something like that. Very basic level to some computing power is consumed, resources are consumed, storage and so on. You could post all these things on the cloud and then you get a monthly bill from Amazon. If you're having, at a very elementary scale, which is not heavy duty and it's used a few thousand times a month, your bill should be in few thousands of rupees, less than 10,000. Okay. There's a lot of free stuff that AWS gives, so you can get it, you can use that. The bill will not be substantial, maybe like an electricity bill, a few thousand rupees, 3,000, 4,000 per month, depending on usage. It's pay as you go. TLDR. Now we come to the end of this webinar. I'll quickly summarize. These are the key takeaways I want you to have. Voice is virgin territory for brands and marketers. We are in the early stages. Brands are discovering how to experience this. It's a very cost-effective way to provide customized value add to your customers. Customer initiates interaction and engagement is encouraged, unlike traditional marketing where it is push. Another version of the TLDR, what do you do with the skill? Once you build. First, build a minimum useful skill, which means that you should do something useful, at least 1 or 2 units of usefulness for your customer audience. No point in building a Taj Mahal from the world. And then iterate. Right? And iterate to what? Iterate to a skill that's more useful. Okay, so you can continuously add more and more features that are useful to your audience. And what do they want? When they engage with you, you figure out. So that's about it. And what we've done is we have created this ebook called Alexa Making Money, where we've checked out just about every skill on the Alexa skill store in the US and handpicked 90 of those across a variety of industries. Okay, and these handpicked skills are what we think are the best in the business at the moment. And we have nicely cataloged them and elaborated on what's good about them and so on. So just by consuming the contents of this book, you get an idea of what is it that the early adopters are doing in terms of using voice AI to grow their business. How to use this book. This is how a page would look like. For example, this is a TED Talk skill. When you click on this gray box on the book, it will take you to the actual skill on the skill store. You do not search for anything. You can simply download that and start using it. Okay. So this is our rank. Okay. This is our rank. And we are also explaining why we are giving the rank that we are giving. And this is our rating out of 5. 4.5 is very good. Again, we are giving reasons. Our review is also there. And we are also mentioning what are the unique features of the skill. Right? For a skill to stand out on the skill store, that's something unique. And and the numerous ways to be unique. Okay, all that we are mentioning here. Next is number of customer ratings. It's got over 1,000 ratings. If you assume that 1 in 10 or 1 in 100 rate the skill or leave a review, then all this means is that almost 100,000 people have already downloaded this skill. And then this is a customer rating. This is our rating. This is the customer rating. Okay. Whoever has downloaded and played with it, this is the rating they are given. Then who is the skill owner? Which brand is owning this thing? Who is owned by TED conferences? So all this information is there. Nicely cataloged. Okay. Or review what are the key features, unique features, and so on and so forth. Like that we've done for a number of skills. You could use this and quickly come to speed with what you want to do. Okay. If you go through this book cover to cover or just to focus on the areas related to your business, you'd have a good idea of what to do. You'd have a very decent idea of what to put in your skill. Okay. So that's about it. Thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar. Thanks, Venky. Thanks for everyone who was